Taimi Pitkanen learns that her brother's son, Alfred, lives in Moscow, a city still recovering from the legacy of Joseph Stalin. Alfred did well under the old regime, grew up to be a doctor, served 25 years in the military, and is now a researcher at a private hospital. By post-communist standards, he and his wife Galina live comfortably. In his 61 years, Alfred has never left the territory of the former Soviet Union. But now, the promise of meeting his aunt and learning about his father's life and family makes it irresistible. Until now, he's had only his mother's memories passed on before her death in the 1980s, along with a few photos and a favorite keepsake, a woodworking trophy bearing the English words Kivakoski Rural School Fair, 1928. It's been enough to build an image of a man who might have been a strong and caring father.
О том, что как только Альфред начнет ходить, я поставлю его на лыжи. Как только он начнет говорить, я буду учить его английскому языку. Он любил очень мою маму. Это явствует из всех его писем, которые он писал ей.
February 10th, 1942, Belomorsk. My dear old woman and son, happy birthday to Alfred. He's 3 months old today, almost a year. Wish you were here. I dream of you both often. Of course, I don't know what Freddie looks like, except that he has your black hair. So in my dreams, he looks like you. When spring comes, I'll miss you that much more. Today I'm going on a mission. Lilka, write me often, please. Be healthy. Kisses and best wishes. Aate.
Hello.
Alfred, I meet you finally.
Yeah, the tears are going to start.
Oh,
For sure.
finally meet you. Wonderful. Oh. So many years and so many happenings. Yeah.
Спасибо большое.
Oh. Please it is.
Oh, you've got that here? Well. Oh. 26 is, no, 28.
28.
And mine is 27, I think.
Aate. Taimi.
That's me, yeah, right.
Yes, Aate Pitkanen, 1928.
Yeah. He won first prize for that.
Alfred finally sees the woodwork that won the trophy he's held on to for 60 years.
Я испытываю большое волнение, мне кажется, вообще это что-то невероятное. Через столько времени вот это все, как будто это только что сделано.
Oh, well, I've looked after it for the family.
Спасибо. Thank you.
School fairs, farm chores, and woodwork. A pioneer childhood as Canadian as butter tarts, toques, and the log homestead they grew up in. Yet in one respect, they were anything but typical Canadians. Bolshevism was the food they ate and the air they breathed. This doesn't fit Alfred's picture of Canada. And to understand it, he has to go back to the beginning. When Finnish immigrants began arriving in Canada a century ago, they brought their politics with them. And nowhere were those politics stronger than in the city we now call Thunder Bay. Here, radical socialists, the so-called Red Finns, built the biggest labor temple in the country, and from it they ran their unions and dreamt of a brave new world around the corner. But on the Pitkanen homestead, it was a struggle just to get enough to eat. And in the lumber camps where Aate's father Antti worked every winter, the companies paid starvation wages and hired thugs to keep the unions out. It all came to a head for Aate that winter of 1929, when two young organizers disappeared on their way to a camp at Onion Lake. Aate and his father joined hundreds of searchers who combed the woods day and night for weeks. When spring finally revealed their bodies, it was 17-year-old Aate who found Vilja Rosval's ravaged corpse. Nobody bought the official verdict of accidental drowning. But the authorities stuck to their story, and no one was ever charged. This was what so many had left Finland to escape. So when an invitation came from the workers' paradise to come and help build it, the timing could not have been better. Not only were they being offered a chance to be part of the revolution, they were being offered Karelia, the Russian province just over the border from Finland. Karelia, or Karjala, has mystical significance for Finns. It is the place of their beginnings, their myths, their stories. The people here speak a version of Finnish. The great forests could be an enormous source of wealth, but the Soviets needed foreign expertise to harvest them. Canada had failed in its promise of a better life. Now their fondest dreams were being offered on a platter. When literally thousands of Canadians, Americans, and Finns leaped to accept, they called it Karelia Fever. Varpo Lindström is a Finnish Canadian historian who's become an expert on Karelia Fever and the Canadian Exodus.
When Karelia Fever was at its height in 1931 and 1932, there were groups of up to 400 people who all left together. And every week, Vapaus had these paid advertisements that were sent from the boat, and they show that entire families left, often with young children.
In Port Arthur, everyone who went, including Aate, came to the socialist bookstore to sign up. Today, it's a hardware, and Alfred and Galina have come to meet some of those who went and returned.
Вы не знали моего отца, Aate Pitkanen?
I know you are Aate Pitkanen's son.
Yes.
Yes.
Очень рад.
Marta.
А я Альфред Аатович.
Each of these people spent time in Karelia. All of them have memories of Alfred's father.
Aate and Taimi, we went to the same country school. They used to sleep at my place, and I went to visit his place. We were good friends, and Aate was the only one who went to high school. And he was a good student, and he took electricity. That was his trade. There it stands, 100 years. Because in a picture, right under the tree, there is Aate and Taimi and two uncles. And they all went to Russia. The uncles did.
On a warm day in August, it's a pretty little farm in a peaceable country. Easy to imagine Aate bounding across it like a young deer. Harder to imagine the family tensions that helped cement his decision to leave it forever.
That's your grandmother. You know, you wondered, why did your father go to Karelia? Well, I don't think the mother and the son, maybe they both had strong natures. And Kirsti's was probably stronger. So Aate felt that he has to go on his own. I think she felt that what he has to do, it's better.
Years later, when Antti suggested they go to Karelia to join Aate, Kirsti Pitkanen is said to have replied, You've already brought me to one gloomy shack in the backwoods. I'm not moving to another.